So first of all, to start things out, I know I said last video that I wasn't just gonna rant and I was actually gonna make some real content, but I decided that until I have like a real camera and a real computer, that this is just the best type of content to make, so that's what I'm gonna make. So first of all, to start out with, I don't understand why everyone thinks they need a bunch of friends and try to look cool and try to look like everyone else and try to blend in, where being like everyone else is a bad thing. And people know that, but at the same time they're just like, oh, I want to fit in, I want to do this, I want to wear this because everyone else is wearing it. And that just doesn't make any sense. Like if you don't have any type of originality or your own personality, then that is like one of the most unattractive things you can have about you. And when people do like actions based off of what other people tell them to do, well, not necessarily tell them to do, like if someone's wearing something else and it's trendy or whatever, and the people, you want to go out and buy it because other people are wearing it, all that tells me is that you're just insecure. And that doesn't have to just do with clothing, it has to do with like the biggest example is probably just drugs and alcohol and vaping and shit. Most of you don't need that. And there's a lot of examples, but it all just says insecurity to me. It all just says that you just want validation. You just want to look like everyone else. And if you want to look like everyone else, then how are you going to separate yourself from the world when you want to try to do what you're going to do? When if you're trying to apply for a job, how are you going to separate yourself if you just want to be like them? That just doesn't, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if you just want to go out and hang out with the bad kids and do what the bad kids do, and whatever you want to interpret that as, then go ahead. You know it's not going to get you anywhere in life. And like, you know that there's other things that you could be focusing on, especially like if you have a dream. If you have a dream and you'd rather hang out with your friends, or well, no matter what it is, actually, whether it's bad or not, if you rather hang out with your friends, spend more time with your friends and achieving your dream, then is it really a dream, or are you just tricking yourself? You have to like really think about that. And that doesn't apply with everyone that I'm talking about. But you, like, if you're listening, then you know who you are, and I don't know who you are, but everyone has, like, not everyone has a dream, but someone else is gonna watch this that has a dream, and you have to think about that. And what's the point in even having a lot of friends? You should only have a few certain amount of friends that are gonna act real to you. And by real, it's not kissing your ass when you're down. It's like they're telling you what they feel like. They're gonna tell you things that you might not want to hear to make you feel better. They're gonna tell you your opinion and how they think you should go through with whatever your troubles are. And it's just like, never act based off of your, like, never act off of your emotions. It's always based off of facts, especially when it comes to long-term decisions, especially. And speaking of long-term and short-term, that brings me to social media, which comes, like, besides for the entertainment factor, everything else but the entertainment, which is like watching videos from Worldstar or some shit, I don't even know. But everything about social media besides for that aspect is all just short-term. It's all what is it? It's validation. It's short-term validation. For what? If like all you're gonna do is just post to Facebook, post to Snapchat, post to Instagram all day long, then all you're focusing on is right now and what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the farthest you're probably thinking, besides unless there's like a special occasion coming up. And if you're only thinking about the now, then what are you doing with your life? Like, especially if you're my age, which is most of you guys, what are you doing with your life if all you're focusing on is right now and validation and what other people think of you? Why does it matter what other people think of you? Like, you just got to do you. And if you do you and not care what other people think, and you're confident enough about it, then eventually people are going to want to follow you. And that's what people would have to understand. Like, and not everyone is confident enough for that, especially in today's world. Like, everyone wants to be fucking, what's that word? Everyone wants to be a victim. Everyone wants everyone to be sorry for them. Everyone wants to be like, oh, hey, look how bad my life is. Oh, look at this shitty day I had. Look at all this. Like, look, everyone feel bad for me right now. And why don't, like, everyone who's watching this video is living in the 1%. Every single one of you. There's a billion people in the world who would want to trade for the life you're living right now. Over a billion people. And it's just like, it doesn't make any sense for me. Like, just like, I know people have more gratitude with me, but I know exponentially more people that have way less than me. And it's a simple thing to have. It's a very simple thing to have, and it completely changes your perspective on things. And if something bad happens to you, you just gotta man up, because it probably doesn't matter. Like, no matter what happened, it probably doesn't matter for what's gonna affect you 1 year from now. Only one thing that happened to me a year ago actually matters for the rest of my life. One thing. And everyone acts like one little thing is the end of the world. One little breakup, one little, like, you losing friend, one drama with a friendship, it doesn't matter what it is. One bad grade. Don't even get me started with bad grades. Like, that doesn't even, like, even if you're going to college, most colleges, if you have one bad grade, then it's pretty easy to just raise it back up. And people just chill out. Like, everyone wants to, like, rush, and everyone wants to run in every direction, just like a full speed and whatever it is. And you just gotta calm down, chill out, think straight. And there's a lot to it, but you gotta start somewhere. And stop thinking, like, don't think people care about anything. Because no one fucking cares. No one cares if you say you're gonna do something. No one cares. I know I'm a lot of talk, but because that's how confident I am. Like, I'm gonna spread my dream anywhere it is. And my dream is particularly cringier than most other people's, if they have one. Going up to someone and say, what do you want to do for a living? And you're just gonna say, oh, I want to record YouTube videos. They're either gonna cringe, or they're either gonna think that you're working at corporate, which doesn't even really exist for YouTube, because they don't really know anything. And, you know, it's a new company, I don't blame them. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Or very rarely they'll just be like, oh yeah, you could do it, go for it. And I support all three of those answers. Like, I get it, I understand all of them. And do you know how much harder it would be to try to make it to a higher level of YouTubing without people that are gonna doubt you? If everyone just comes by and says, hell yeah, you could do it, that's just like, that's easy, you can make it look easy. Like, if every single person did that, then who is there to prove wrong? People doubting me is just like, it's fuel. It's the best thing. Like, I want people to doubt me. Whoever the fuck disliked my video, I can almost guarantee you is watching right now, and I hope you dislike it again, because you're probably the most consistent viewer I'll have. So please stay tuned. Dislike every single video. Just comment all your bullshit, because I want to read it, and I want to prove you wrong, because I will prove you wrong. But back to the friends part, it's like, if you're trying to get your life back together, if you're in some apparent shithole, and the first thing you got to start doing is eliminating friends. And most people already know that, but most people don't even know how to do that. They're always like, oh, well, I've been friends with him since I was 4 years old. Well, he isn't the same person he was when he was 4 years old. Like, people change. He could have changed he or she could have changed over the last 6 months. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, if they became a toxic friend, then you eliminate them. I don't understand. If you've been friends with them for a couple years, then why the fuck is it hard to remove them if they become toxic? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they could have been the best friend ever. Appreciate the memories, but don't hang on them. It doesn't matter. Like, your past probably doesn't matter. Just, it's about the future. And if it's about the future, then why the fuck are you still friends with someone that's toxic right now? If you don't get the wrong friends, then how do you expect to ever meet the right friends? Like, if you meet one wrong friend and you hang out with that one person, then they're gonna be like, hey, come to my house, I'm gonna have other people over, and then there's 4 other people there, and they're all retarded, they're all fucking toxic, they're all whatever you want to call them, but you know what I mean. Like, you're only gonna get exposed to more personalities like that. But as soon as you expose yourself to one good friend, one real friend, then they'll probably like they might expose you to other people that are just like him, you know? It's like, it's really, like, it's not that common where you find a toxic friend that introduces you to a real one, and vice versa. Like, some people are stupid, they don't know what vice versa means that are watching my video. Vice versa. You can also, like, it's probably rare where you can meet a real friend and they introduce you to a fake one. Like, it's really rare. Like, if you find one good friend, then stick with them. Don't hang on to these other fucking retards that don't know what they're gonna do with their lives. Like, let them be them. Like, where is successful people without bums? Like, it's all that yin yang bullshit. Like, there's no rich people without the poor people, there's no smart people without the dumb people. Well, there's no success without bums. And just let them be bums. Let them fuck their life up, because that's what's gonna happen. And there's some people where you cannot change them, and you just have to let that happen. And don't work off emotion, because if you work off emotion and you try to let them be, then it's going to be pretty hard for you to let go of them if they were your friend. So just work off the facts. Just be logical about something. You also have to understand that every single person on this planet is selfish at some aspect. Like, some are more than others, but everyone is. I'm selfish, you're selfish, your family's selfish, your friends are selfish, whether you realize it or not. I mean, everyone has to do, and it's like, it's not a bad thing if you think about it. Like, everyone has to think about their lives before someone else's. And yeah, sure, there's some historical figures that are known for giving, and you know, that's all great, but like for the most part, you have to focus on what you're doing. And don't, like, some people are not strong enough in their brain to act for themselves and to think for themselves. So what they do is they go after the people that are strong-minded, and they go for them and they try to tear them down, and they work off of jealousy and whatever that may be. Most people can relate to those one person that hates you for no reason. Like, and they all say, oh, it's based off of jealousy. Well, it kind of is, because they can't support themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They beat themselves up in their head. So they come after you. And most of you have probably had a friend like that, or have a friend like that right now, and you might not even notice it until something bad happens, and then you're still going to be friends with them probably. And I don't get that. It's just stupid. Moral of this video is it's pretty obvious, where you just get rid of the wrong friends, meet the right people, focus on yourself, be strong-minded, focus on your dream. That's it. And you know, there's gonna be more videos where I'm probably gonna talk about stuff until I get a real camera and a real computer. Then I'll start experimenting with some new shit, and who knows what's gonna happen from there. But right now, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, and people need to listen. And just because, like, people are just fucking retarded, and people have so much potential, and whatever it may be, and they go and ruin themselves.